Hey guys, what's going on? So how many people do we have here? I decided to do it just here instead on this YouTube live because the quality is higher. Also, it's easier to like to get to explain this to a lot of people, and the recording stays there. So I know we started a little bit late. I was gonna start at sorry, like 9 p.m. CST, which is also the same as like 10 a.m. in Singapore. So, in the meantime, I just want to make sure that everyone is able to tune into this feed. And today, it could be a little bit disorganized, but I'm trying something new because, like, I think when I was showing it on the PowerPoint, some people cannot really see the earning power of this thing called EXXA. And what is EXXA? EXXA, very quickly, is a new company is a crypto opportunity. Is registered in Singapore by a generally Singaporean founding partnership. Okay, and then this company called EXXA, like when they decide, I mean, they're based in Singapore. That's one thing, but a lot of the time in this crypto space, many people can very conveniently have their company registered in some offshore island like Seychelles, British Virgin Islands. So why would they want to put themselves in a place like Singapore where it is very, what do you call that? Everything's very by book. Everything is very legal. All right. So that actually puts them under a lot of pressure to do this properly. You can, if any of you have been in other crypto opportunities, just look where they're based. Okay, they could be based in so many places. Like, well, you may say that yes, there's a lot of crypto companies and ICO companies that are registered in Singapore because it's a really good location. But when it comes to companies that are doing more like a investment type of crypto opportunity, the stuff where there's a detailed referral program, okay, where we're talking about not so much on ICOs, but we're talking about things like like Plus Token, S Block, um, like like BitConnect, and there's all these other things that I'm just naming a couple of programs that have made a lot of people a lot of money, um, and things like these. Well, they could conveniently base it on an offshore place, but instead, EXA has decided to incorporate themselves in Singapore. There is a Singapore office. I've actually personally been there, and they actually have in their related companies. One of the founders is actually a chairman and CEO of a company called BNF, which is a huge multinational company which has offices in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and even Thailand as well. So they're all over the place. In the meantime, can I get back to this Facebook group? I just want to make sure that everyone, is over here. So, um, gosh, how should I do this? uh, Gosh, this is like super disorganized. I'm gonna try to. I know I want to try. There's a lot of people, trying to get on here. So I just need to push this link in the one sec. Not so one sec. Give me a minute because I gotta make sure everyone can see this in the group because I've got this massively growing Facebook group. Yeah, massively growing Facebook group that is people interested in starting this out. So one thing I'm also going to do right now is I'm going to be opening up my YouTube desktop so I can see the comments that are coming in real time. All right. I'm going to pause myself there. Yeah, and wow, this is like having two cameras. Okay, so let me test the comments because along the way you guys are probably going to have questions, so I want to test that the comments works. This is on the YouTube itself, right? So I'm going to say like, hey, could you try saying hi here? Okay, I've just typed in the chat, all right, the chat, and I want to see that it's working properly because later on when I start, how am I going to do this is that I've got a couple of sheets of paper, I've got pens, and I'm going to be drawing this out for you guys to see. Is how, like in the Facebook post, you probably saw that I Hey there, Robert. Yeah, it's good to see you. And the rest of you guys, I just want to make sure that you're able to ask questions freely and easily as well. Um, okay, let's. So for today's topic, I want to share. I want to do for you something that I did for a secret person that I met up with last night. Yes, we will. We are going to make some serious money in EXXA. I'm here in Bangkok, Thailand, and I met up with a secret identity last night. And this secret person is all set to make 30K next month. All right. Um, and not just next month, but 30K a month from next month. All right, I see those comments. Hello there, Nakalapas, Catherine, and who else is on here? Just give me a hi as well. Um, and I'm just going to see on my Facebook post. All right, so what I've written for you guys is that I'm going to be showing you. All right. Okay. By the way, a general disclaimer, a general earnings disclaimer. The things that you're going to hear is not representative of everyone's result. Okay, it can be very exceptional, and this is not like a guarantee, because everyone's results is going to vary, because everyone is going to see things very differently. Some people may see this to be like this big. Some people may see this to be this big, and some people may see this to only be this big. So that's why for me it was really important that when I knew that this company was launching and the country was Singapore, just like a 2-hour flight for me. I was like, well, I could do a 2-hour flight, and I went over there. I saw the whole big picture. I met the founders, shook hands with every one of them, attended like presentation by their partners and stuff. I heard about the POS system. By the way, if you guys didn't see a video about the POS machine that they have, I mean, that is just awesome, because that's a real world application. So in EXXA Network, they've partnered to make a system of making payment through crypto possible. And do we have any business owners out here, by the way? Because if we have any business owners, let's say some of you own a restaurant, some of you own like a shop, if you could actually accept crypto transactions within like 3 seconds in place of a credit card payment, or like a charge card payment, wouldn't you want to offer that in the new economy? Let's say if you're in a country like, if you're in a country in Europe, it makes a whole lot of sense. Because did you know that in Europe right now, like apparently the banks are paying like a negative interest rate in some places. So when I had some friends share this with me, from friends from Europe share it with me, like how it was that they could buy a house fully on loan, right, with like no interest. On the other hand, if they were to put money in the bank, they actually had to pay the bank like 0.5% interest. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. So anyway, I see that I think there are probably other people that are probably going to be lost, but they can't find their way here. But you know what? Let's get down to this, okay? And along the way, I need you guys to interact with me as well, because if I do a simulation, I may need to ask you for some names, or just suggest me some names, or something like that, and then I'll start to draw them out. So I have like kind of like a drawing from last night that looks like this, okay? But I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to redraw everything. Why? Because some of the names are personal and they do not want to be shared. So I'm going to actually, do. That's why I blurred the image on Facebook. So you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my stuff aside here, and then I'm going to have this right here. All right. So here goes. Okay. Just bear with the camera creaking for a bit. Alrighty, here we go. Bear with the tripod creaking, sorry. I was so excited, such in a rush, that I crumpled all these papers, forcefully pulling them out of the printer where they're all stored. So that's why they're all crumpled like that. And I'm just gonna raise this up a little bit. Is that good? I'll try to be on my best handwriting. And my handwriting is not the best in the world. A lot of people say I write like a dog. So I hope that works. Okay. If you, because I also have, so I can monitor the comments as it comes in, and if you have questions. So if it, I'm gonna actually play this over here as well. I'm gonna mute the sound, and then I can see for myself. Okay, it's the first time doing it this way. Okay, awesome. All right. First and foremost, I need like some names. Okay. Let's say this could be you. What shall my first name be? You introduced someone. Can someone give me a name? Uh, I'm gonna use a really generic name for now. You can throw in your name. How about this? I'm gonna start using your names. Yeah, that's right. Robert. Okay, Robert, give me a name. Robert, give me a name. I'm just gonna use people on the names on the comments right now. Unless you guys give me a lot of names, a lot of names. Give me a lot of names. Can you guys do that for me in the comments? Give me a lot of names. So in the meantime, because I'm on a creative block, I'm just gonna use your names as I see right now. So you have Catherine, and in order of comments. So just so you know how this goes, this is, the uh, the referral program goes in a uni level kind of thing. It's not a binary system, and it's not a whatever stair step or everything. But how this works is kind of uni level. So basically, in the way things go, uh, let's say you, the viewer, introduced Robert, and Robert in turn introduced someone named Catherine, and in this case, Catherine introduced someone named Bill. Okay, so respectively, with regards to you, uh, this is your first level. Robert, Catherine is your second level. Bill is your third level. Awesome. Yes, that's a lot of names. Awesome. And then we have Ricky. Okay, and then we have, so Ricky is level 4. Actually, that's a lot of names. Thank you very much. And then it's just going to be on a broken chain all the way until, let's see, all the way until, let's make this Mama Bear. Um, oh yeah, here's what. I'm gonna make this a little bit interesting. So let's say Mama Bear is level 21, and before Mama Bear, okay, I'm gonna be explaining the relationship between level 20. Oh gosh, you guys can't see, right? Shifting this paper up. Yeah, is that within everyone's view? Gosh, because I'm actually, my hand is like rolled around the tripod right now. So on level 20 we have, how about Mahendra, because you just commented. All right. Now, most people in this system, they've actually put in like, well, let's say even you started out putting in like 300 on your account. Okay, so that's your investment, and let's say everyone put in the same like 300. That's the minimum to get team commissions. Uh, Bill was a little bit of an oddball. He decided to put in like 3,000. I wouldn't say oddball, but I mean he just out of this group of people, assuming that they all knew each other, but they didn't know they're all getting in. And then now Ricky put in 300 like everyone else. Mahendra put in 300, and now we have Ma Bear over here who put in 200 grand. Okay, this is very important because later on I want to share with you there's also a simultaneous ranking system that's going on, and basically what the ranking system is, which I'm gonna outline to you. in, let's say, the section over here, there's a bunch of, let me make sure I get my details right. So I'm gonna get over to my PowerPoint. Okay, so there's a ranking system that goes on where in the requirement, there's a rank. Okay, you guys still can see, right? And extra reward. Okay, so the rank is 200K. Okay, the extra reward is 5%. And then we also have estimated income. So we're looking at around gosh, my handwriting sucks, 20 to 60K for an X1. And then X2, what is X2? Basically, it's 3 X1s. This is not going to make very much sense right now, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to go through the rest of this later. We'll come back to this point later. And over this area, the estimated income, we're looking at 60 to 160K. Gosh. And this is per month. All this is per month. Forgive the really bad handwriting, but let's go over to this clearly written part. So I want to first, show you how this works, because can we do a little bit of an income simulation here? Because every day in this system, your invest is 300. For instance, you're more going to make that 10K or 20K and so on. But let's say that 300 invests, based on a rate of 0.2, maybe 0.3% per day. Okay. That's actually, over the course of 30 days. You guys still can see? Okay, awesome. That's going to be about, let's take a middle figure. So that could be between 6 and 9. Shall we take 8 for the purposes of this illustration? So we're just going to assume a figure of 8% in a month. Not little, not a lot, but let's just assume 8%. Shall we? And let me get that Now, so how much is this going to work out? So basically, because over here, we know that 8%, these guys are going to get an identical return because they put in the same amount of money, right? So what's 8%? So that's actually equals to 24 bucks, and that's per month. And this is assuming no compounding. By the way, this is not it. If you guys hang on this video, I'm also going to be showing you how everyone can potentially get like 10, 12 times of your investment within 5-6 month period. Potentially, okay? It's not guaranteed, it's potentially. So stay tuned for that. But let's do this calculation because it's super exciting. Now, so assuming no compounding is $24 a month. So actually over here, we're gonna have a profit 24. I'm gonna draw a triangle because everyone in crypto we talk about delta, right? So that's a delta of 24. Profit, potential profit 24 per month. 24. Over here we have 24. Oh no, 240. Why? Because Bill put in 3,000. Unlike these other people in this scenario. And then Ricky, he gets 24. Now Mahendra, also 24 because he put in 300. Now we have Mama Bear, who put in 200,000. So based on 8%, that's going to be 16,000. Again, this is assuming no compounding. And by the way, you are welcome to withdraw your profits all the time. And can I also share with you that in EXXA, they want to make it different from all those other wallet companies and crypto opportunities out there. So your money is not locked in. Okay? Your money is not locked in. However, there is actually a condition, and it's like there's actually a project DEVO plus condition. What is DEVO plus, by the way? So DEVO plus, when you come into EXXA, how you can even earn this earnings, and I actually mentioned this in my group, is that you need to go into the tab inside there that says project. Okay, inside project, there's this thing here that's DEVO plus, and you need to go in there. Okay, let me just increase my screen brightness a little bit. You get a DEVO plus. Uh, that's what it is. It is an AI training bot. It does arbitrage. It does the triangle hedge, and it also like uses the various indicators to make trading decisions. And you need to participate, because if you do not participate, okay, you are not going to be able to get this. And if the people that you introduce do not participate in the project pool, you're not going to get any earning as well. Okay. Um, and just for those of you who invested in ICOs and refer other people to invest in ICOs, just about every ICO has a referral program, and think of it as any other referral program. Just that this one is a little bit more network marketing, because I mean the bosses of the company, no, the boss of the company has experience in network marketing, Danny. Okay, and I'm gonna be with him, about this time tomorrow. By the way, now let's get on with the earnings. So this is, let's talk about um, how will you earn. Okay, so let's talk about how you earn. Assuming that over here, that's you, that's Robert, that's Catherine. Uh, for yourself, the first level on your own 300, your 300 you earn 24 a month. Okay, now you referred Robert. Robert invested 300, and by the way, this is all your earnings. Okay, this is all yours. It's not individual. So Robert invested 300, and basically over here, um, he on the first level, that's 100%. Uh, Here, let me just draw it for you. So level one is 100% match. This is super super big. Okay, so why is the earning only 8%? Because any of you guys who've done crypto arbitrage, you know that it's super easy to make money. It is. Okay, so the company actually, they rather earn the money and divide it and among all these levels to make people want to build and increase funds for the project. Make sense? So level 2 is a 50% match. In my previous image, I made a mistake. Okay, um, so Gary, who is my introducer, he pointed out to me that level 3 is actually is a 5%. All the way down to level 21, it's all 5. It's all 5%. It's all 5%. Otherwise, the company will seriously be overpaying. Okay, so but that's still very cool, and I'll show you why that's still very cool. Now, Robert put in 300, and 100% match on his earning would mean that you actually get 24 a month from Robert's investment as well. Investment returns. Now, Catherine is on level 3. She put in 300, and basically in this case, it's only 5%, not no, hang on, sorry. Catherine is level 2, so that's going to be 12 a month. Level 2. Now, level 3, Bill's 300. 5% of that is a miserable 150 a month. Okay, and Ricky. Okay, Ricky. Sorry, Bill put in 3,000, so that is 15. Okay, I'm sorry for messing this up. It's 15 a month. Ricky, it's 300. That is 150 a month. Now we have this super interesting case. Okay, Mahendra, that's 150 as well. But hey, what happens with this one? Would you like to know? So because it's a 21 level, can I quiz you guys to know that, just to make sure that you guys understand this properly? How many percent is Mahendra gonna get? Can someone tell me in the comments? Like I think someone like Robert, you probably know this very well. So can you tell me how many percent is Mahendra gonna get? No, how many percent? Sorry, how many percent are you gonna get from Mama Bear's invest? How many percent? I'll just help you along in case you can't find the comments tab. That's 5%. So 5%. So let's watch this thing out again. I'm just gonna draw some values. That's 50%. Is 5%. 5% is all the way down, and even to the super big invest by Mama Bear, which is 200K. Okay, 5% of that is 5% of 16K is what? Hey, did I make a mistake here? Did I make? I think I did. I made some small mistake with regards to this because that's actually 120. That's actually 120 a month. 120 a month. Now I'm going to use my calculator because I tend to kind of like crack under pressure. My arithmetic is usually really good, but it's okay. 16K times 16K times 5%, and that's 800 a month. However, there's one condition. There's one condition, and that is that in order to override the number of levels, okay, you need to invite as many people. I got that? In order to override X number of levels, you need to invite as many people. So let's say if you invited only one other person, and this is where we can use some names right now. So I'm going to scroll up. Let's say you have Tim. So you have Robert, you have Tim, okay? And because you also invited Tim, you've brought in two people, and that allows you to override on Catherine. But if that's it, even if Tim brought other people, that doesn't count because that's not personally brought in by you. And but however, let's say if you also have, let's say, which name have we not used? Peter. If you also brought in Peter, uh, that's now because you have brought in Robert, Tim, and Peter, that actually allows you to override all the way to Bill. Okay. Now, here is the interesting thing, which is that in between here, there's also a level 16. And by the way, this is all recorded. You guys can watch it all over again. Um, Once you refer a total of 16 people, okay, you get to go all the way down to 21 levels, which is really, really exciting. Okay, and once you introduce 16 people, this could be, I don't know, your friends from wherever, partners and whatever, uh, you get to override all the way to Mama Bear's 200K, and now because of all this volume, you now attain a rank promotion in the system, which gives you a bump up in your profit by 5%. And that's huge. So everything here goes up by 5. So it's like, everything here, it's 5 plus, 5 plus, 5 plus, 5 plus, 5 plus, and instantaneously all the way from your third to your 21, that's now 10% per level. Not 5% anymore, it's 10%. Alright? Can someone say wow? I think this is the time a wow is well due. Alright? But even if there wasn't an extra bump up, wouldn't that be really amazing if people that choose 16 degrees of connection, 21 degrees of connection that you totally didn't know at all, without money in the front, and suddenly you could have $1,800 a month from a big investor all the way at the bottom. That is tremendous. Yes, it is tremendous. Um, Now, let me get back to my slides just to make sure that I'm saying everything correctly. And now we're going to talk about the rank of X3. Rank X3 is having like 3 X2s, which is like basically, like, that's 3 X1s, now 3 X2s, X4, uh, 3 X3s. X5 is 3 X4s. By the way, in my team, we are strategizing to get to X2 right off the bat. Okay, and that can be done. If some of you out there, are in a different program right now, and you're looking at this to get an understanding about the EXXA compensation plan, then if you want to know about how we're planning on getting to X2, hit me up on Facebook, because I can go through that with you and help you plan how you're going to do it. All right. So let's talk about some income. For someone who's at the X3 level, we're looking at someone making 160K to 500K a month. And actually, I found out that these figures are actually on the low side, because you can get some really amazing results as well. They're more amazing than this, but this is just some averages. Okay, I'll be sharing with you my personal scenario, and you're gonna be seeing that actually even X1 actually can be in this range too, which is crazy, by the way. Um, Now, X4, X4 is 500K to 1 mil a month. And X5 though is 3 mil to 5 mil. And this is insane. Well, I don't know what kind of a lifestyle you're going to be leading by that point of time, but I'm pretty damn sure it's a very, very good one. Now, we're just done with part one of this presentation. I know it's been half an hour, but are you guys excited to find out how you can actually go 10x, 12x of your investment without even referring a person? How many of you would like to know that? How you can even get 10x, 12x without even referring a person? I mean, this is great, but how about, let me put it a different way, because is is it is actually it would actually be really good if you referred people. But what if you were referring people uh, all this time, and you make a whole lot of money here, but based on your own investment, you're making a dump of information, of earning. So now I wanna talk about like earnings. So let's say I'm gonna go with can we go with the Mama Bear example? So Mama Bear put in 200K, and based on a rate of 8%, which is covered over there, get 16K a month. All right. So let's continue with how this 16K is paid. So this 16K, by the way, is paid in the form of is not in dollars. It's not in dollars, so it's not USD. However, it is actually paid in EXXA token. So it's paid in EXXA token. It is not paid in USD. It is paid in EXXA token. Now, what is the value of EXXA token right now? At this point in time, the token value EXXA token is currently 0.1. By the way, if you're watching this video a couple of months from now, or a couple of weeks from now, and the token value is different from this, well, you missed out, but well, you haven't missed out too much. So get with me on Facebook, and we can kind of work out how you can plan things out the best to your favor. So, based on a rate of 0.1, that also means to say, in order for Mama Bear to get 16,000 USD, the equivalent is actually 160,000 tokens. All right. Now, let's look at a different scenario over here. In the early, I think it was 2000 and can I check this out? I don't want to give you guys wrong information because some of you who watch this price really carefully, you're gonna flame me for it. So I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna get you only the right information. Actually, I have it on my previous slide thing. Okay, now in October 2015, something called Ethereum was 51 cents. Okay? Today, Ethereum, I think, is 176. That's huge, right? But did you know that on the 14th of January 2018, Ethereum was ever $1,400? Actually, no, it's $1,410 for one Ethereum. What used to be 51 cents was 1,410, and now it's 176. So let's just take this figure, shall we? And how many times of 51 is that? So we're going to take 176 divided by 51, and that's a crazy 345x. Now, can we make a very humble assumption right here? Let's say, what if the token value, okay, EXXA token, right now is 0.1, and over the course of, let's say, 5 months. Once again, this is all assumption. We don't really know what's going to happen. It could be worse than this. It could be this. It could be better than this. It could be slightly different. Over the course of 5 months, it goes up to $5. Now, 5 months later, okay, so 5 months later, Mama Bear's 160 tokens. That's going to be 160,000 times 5, because it's no longer times 10. However, along the way, can we assume that, along the way, it is not going to be a direct jump to 5, because along the way, there could be, like 0.3, there could be 1, there could be 2, or whatever, like 2.5, and so on and so forth. Make sense, right? So I think, hang on, so over here, over the period of 5 months, first of all, so we have 160,000 tokens. That's what she gets over 5 months. Instead of times 5, that's going to actually give us like 800,000, which is a lot. Can we just assume that she's not going to be getting that much? Maybe she's only get like 40% of this. All right, assume. So 40% of that is how much? 40% of 800,000 is, say, 320,000. Now 320,000 times 5. What's that? $5 per token. That is now 1.6 million. It's one. Crazy, right? Crazy, isn't it? How many tokens are there for EXXA? 1 billion. So currently, circulation is like, only in the hundreds of thousands. Look at that. So, you know what's the best part? The 200K that Mama Bear put in is still there. It is still there. So, basically, if we add in the 200K, assuming it was USD Tether, but what if it was Bitcoin and Bitcoin went up If this was in BTC, and maybe 5 months from now, I mean, Bitcoin went up to like 15,000, and then this is no longer 200, and that's actually 300,000, and now she has, although starting with 200,000, she's now at 1.9 million. Crazy, right? And that's assuming that it went up to 5. What if it went up to 8? What if it went up to 9? Okay, so this is a huge question mark, because that's when this could easily be times 2. This could easily be times 2. That could be and it could be along the lines of like, this could be times 2, times 3. All right, exciting. This is where you can 10x or 12x your investment. This alone is 10x, almost 10x, just based on going up to 5, and assuming that along the way, through a series of differences over here, that you get more or less token during different times. Now, would you like to know about Julian's story? Yeah, want to know about my story in this? Again, results are very non-typical, because everyone's circumstances may vary. So in my case, I was lucky because I carried myself well. I don't brag. Um, I don't like do scammy stuff to fellow leaders. I don't try to rip people off. I just try to give support and value all the time. So there happened to be someone who was actually a C3 in Cloud Token. Okay, so you Cloud Token, you probably know that what it is. This C3, he saw how he happened to find out. I mean, we were friends for long ago, and then we were just having a chat. So he's like, hey Julian, what's up for you these days? What's up? By the way, as a matter of fact, right now I'm looking into this opportunity called EXXA. And he says, oh, why EXXA? It's like, you don't know about cloud? It's like, I'm doing super well in cloud. And I was like, well, yeah, but at the same time, cloud cloud was like kind of like started out in April and or something, and now it's a couple of months in. So I kind of feel that I missed the boat, or if I had the opportunity to do into something similar, I would love to do that instead. Yeah, so USD, you can deposit in a bunch of methods. I'm going to go to that right after this. Okay, but let me just share with you my story. Okay, so he was like, well, I don't really need an opportunity right now. And I said, I said, well, I'm not asking you to join me. I just want you to look at this for me. I want to know what kind of things to look out for, because as far as I know, the crypto market hasn't been too good since the ICO wave, and then I just want to make sure that what I'm possibly getting into, what I'm possibly referring just a few people into, it's going to turn out okay. So he said, yeah, sure, send me all the materials. So I sent him like, that Google Drive, the link that I gave most of you guys, so we can check out information, the founders that we paid money to buy those business profiles and personal profiles, so that you don't have to, and you know the homework. So you can see who's in the founding membership and what's their involvement and all that. So anyway, long story short, this guy came in, and he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna play some positions, because some of my leaders are gonna jump ship anyway, so I'm just gonna get them in here in the meantime." Fast forward by a few days, he was actually putting teams and teams of people inside. We've got one other C3, we've got like 4 or 5 C2s. Okay, so there was this C3 guy from Cloud Token. Then we had another C3, and of course, like this C3 guy also brought in a bunch of C2s, C2s, C2s. This other guy brought in like a bunch of C2s as well, and some cross lines. So it's like right now, to be perfectly honest with you, my organization is kind of very lopsided. But that's okay, because I qualify for X1. X1 only needs to be, as long as you have this going, all right, you're able to override. And so right now I'm working fast to actually get my X2 going, and that's a strategy that I'll be sharing with you. There's a smart way of doing it, and you guys can schedule a strategy call with me on how you can go X2 straight away, because my guy, uh, the C3, he's going for X2 straight away. Is a given. He's already X1. He is already X1. Is a given. So let's talk about some figures. All right. Basically, across all these people, wouldn't you agree that's a huge organization? Yeah. So that's a huge organization, and basically, we're looking for at least uh, 20 mil in 90 days. This is at least, okay, at least. Oh gosh, at least. Um, Best case, we're looking at about 100 mil. 100 mil in about maybe like 5 months. Team volume, right? Just gonna see if I can zoom this. I cannot. And then let's talk about the average. Average expectation, 50 mil in 3 months. Now, because my overriding, a lot of that is going to be coming from obviously the 3 to the 21 level, right? Um, Here's the interesting thing. So all this volume. So let's go for the average scenario, 50 million. Now, shall we take the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, 20 mil. 20 mil, and what is the monthly? Can we assume a worst figure? Let's say 6%. Okay, 6%. 20 mil, at 6% per month. So let's get all the zeros right. 20 mil times, that's actually 1.2 million. Okay, and 1.2 million times 5%. 60K a month. But based on the caliber that I have, and the fact that there's going to be more C1s, there's going to be more C2s, there's going to be more C3s coming in, I'm really looking at double of this, at least, or at the 50 mil scenario, which is 3 mil a month, and 5% of that is 150,000. And that, my friends, is basically 5K per day. Exciting? I'm super hyped for next month, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, a year from now. And once again, if you guys want to hit me up, if you want to strategize, because I know some of you guys just stumble across my video, you're searching across the internet for the compensation plan of EXXA, and you want some information. Okay, basically, here's where you can find me. You can find me on facebook.com/theprofessional bum. Okay, you can send me an email. You know what? Just try to contact me on Facebook. I think that's probably best. That's probably best. All right. And what you can also do is like drop me a comment, so I know you PM. All right. What else? Okay, I'm gonna put the screen back onto myself. Right now it is on the ceiling. Alright, here we go. Okay, so just some final notes. I mean, it's all very good, but however, may I remind you that when you when you get in, there's a couple of important things that you need to do. So when you come into here, when you come into EXXA, you need to go into your vault. The vault is the first step. You know what? Let me just put this. Let me just put this here again. Just gonna put this down. So the first step that you must do, okay, is that from this screen, go over to the one that says vault. On the vault screen, you need to go to the one that says receive. This is how you can fund. So this only accepts funding in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Litecoin. And Tether, by the way, is USD token. So it's the same. It's pegged to the USD value. And if you're starting out, um, like some of you don't have a lot of money, and that's perfectly fine. Um, if you don't have a lot of money, I would recommend that you start out with USD Tether, because when you're referring, you do not ever want your account balance to drop less than 300 US dollars, because if that happens, you're not going to qualify for commissions on that day. Okay, on that day. So next day, let's say what could possibly happen if you deposit in Bitcoin or in Ethereum? What if there's a market crash and you weren't aware you were aware you're on vacation, you were hiking in the mountains and you were not aware, and then you actually missed out commission totally for that day. So it's not something that you want to experience when, if maybe a month from now you're making 500 a day and suddenly you're not going to get paid. That sucks. If you recommended some really good people and they hustled like crazy and they brought in heaps of volume, and you're about to get 2 grand on a certain day and you're not going to get it because your account fell below. So you don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money in this opportunity, because it's about who you know. But at the same time, for some of you who don't want to refer a person, you can also invest. And I've explained to you how, um, in the course of time, even a small invest, due to the token price increase, you can actually gain a lot. I wanna answer like a possibility that some people may be wondering, and I wanna answer that, like some people are saying, hey, if the token value increase a lot, how are they going to overpay? So something really interesting that I want to share with you is that, actually company, they shared with me that in any such opportunity, uh, the token value is what is going to gear their um, their what do you call it, financial standing. So they can positively gear or negatively gear by making alterations into the token price. So if you gear it up, you can expect for you can expect the company is doing well. If they gear it down, well, they need to consolidate for a bit. And how does that work? Okay, let's say if the price per token drops from 5 to 3, okay, would people be more or less likely to withdraw? Well, some people think, well, it used to be 5, so let's keep it there for a little bit, and maybe it'll come back up to like 4ish, and then we could take out some. If people need to take money anyway, they're gonna withdraw. If they were accumulating for some time, but on that particular month, it kind of dropped, they actually receive more tokens. So here's how it works. Okay, so assuming that Bitcoin is 10,000. Assume, we all know it's not right now. Assume one Bitcoin is 10,000. Uh, you're working a job and your salary is 3,000. So on, let's say in January, uh, Bitcoin was at 10,000. You get 0.3 BTC. And then in February, BTC dropped from, let's say, 10,000 down to 8,000. So you actually get, what's that? Hang on. Again, I get stuck with calculation when I'm using my linguistic brain. All right, so all right, why am I having this mental block right now? This is real hilarious. Can someone help me with that? I'm actually mentally stuck. No. Okay, so if it drops, you actually get 0.375 BTC in that month where it dropped down to 8,000, which is good for you because you accumulate more. And now in March, um, it goes back up to 10,000 again, and now you're back to receiving 0.3 BTC. So this is how it's gonna work, and but if you're on salary on payroll, and if you're withdrawing, you're withdrawing this, you're withdrawing this, you're withdrawing this, doesn't really matter. But if you're accumulating, obviously you may want to have your own strategy for withdrawing and keeping things in the system. So some final words. This has been a really long video. Some final words on this, like an X2 has the ability. Okay, when you're an X1, you can override the entire organization to infinity. In X1, you can override your entire organization to infinity, all the levels. If you are X, um, if you're an X2, you can override your X1's organization to infinity as well. If you're X3, you can override any lesser ranks organization to infinity. That is crazy. I actually missed something out just now, which is that I forgot to mention that a couple more things. I'm just writing that out for you right now. You want to know why there's such a pay jump for the X4? Okay, that is because at the X4 level, the extra bonus is 25, which means that you override 30%, which is insane. And not many people will be able to do that, and that's how they prevent themselves from not overpaying, because you really want to get to this level, but until then, like X4 is at 20% extra bonus, X3 is at 15% extra bonus. So that is pretty much the entire way of how you make money in the EXXA system, which is woo. I wish I could do this in less time, but I mean, this is a lot more detailed. When you know what? How many of you would like me to make shorter versions of this video? I think I may want to come out again and do shorter versions of this. But I mean, I just want to show you the whole thing in its entirety, and this is the whole thing in its entirety. And are there any questions from you guys that I could help you answer on this video, since we're all here and you're still watching this? Are there any questions or anything, a commission plan? Because I know we have some business builders on board. We have some affiliate marketers on board. If you have some questions, I need, it's like, this is the best time because we're all in this space. I can answer you on the video right now. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna grab myself a coffee. We're pretty much done, but I want to be able to answer some questions that you guys may have. So if you have some questions, go ahead and type them in the comments. I know you may have to switch between tabs to get to the comments one. Just go ahead and do that right now, and I'll come back and check the questions. Alright, I think I see some questions. Oh yes, let's get some traffic training and blow this up. Yes, I'll be giving you guys traffic training, those of you on my team. And how could I forget? Yes, those of you on my team, I'm going to be training you how to generate, quality business leads for this business. And I want to just give you a very upfront tip, okay? Because of the way this system is designed, the compensation plan, it makes a lot more sense for you to focus on the depth. Because when somebody pays in the depth, you want to actually work with very solid people, one at a time. Prioritize, I have detailed training on this that I'm going to be making inside of my group. Prioritize who the people you want to contact with the most influence and help them to develop their organization. Help them to develop like this. And by the way, this compensation plan is ingenious, because have you ever looked at the possibility that let's say certain people here, this person is gonna get nothing of this until they find they're 16, until they do that. You can rewind to the earlier part of this video to understand that why, but until they find they're 16, they're not going to get a piece of this money over here, which is interesting. Okay, so like there are some really advanced strategies that I have that how can you motivate your team to bring in people like crazy, just so that they can make a huge commission. I have some very ninja strategies because I was sitting with my top guy yesterday, and we went through a lot of ideas, and this guy he's made like multiple six figures. In fact, he shared with me that he made 8 figures in this industry just over the past 3 years. So I have a wealth of information that I will be imparting to you. Of course, that's going to be like top tier training. So if you feel that you are currently a C1 equivalent or C2 equivalent, and you want to get to the next level, okay? I may not be that level. I am not that level right now. Okay, I am obviously in the X1 level, but I have information from someone who is a C3 and almost C4, okay, in cloud. Some totally ninja strategies I can share with you and help you grow, to the next level of your business. So anyone, if you wanna just blow this up of proportions, get up with me on Facebook, facebook.com/theprofessional. Look out for me, Julian Wong. Yes, so hit me up. I want to get some calls going, like some Skype calls, some WhatsApp calls, some Zoom webinars. If you have leaders in your teams, maybe you're growing different opportunities right now. Maybe you're doing like S-Block, Cloud, you're doing some of these smaller systems out there. Get on video with me and I can explain to your people for you. And as a matter of fact, like I could even bridge some of your people directly to the company as well. So if you need, I'll bridge you to the place that you can get the information the best. And I think one big advantage in working with me is that because I am based in Thailand, which is 2 hours from Singapore, and I'm originally Singaporean. I'm like your eyes and ears on the ground, right? So make use of that. And that makes me the most ideal choice if you're looking for someone to work with, because then, I have helped so many people to get their requests heard, and helped so many people to get into Skype calls and conference video with the CTOs and all that in this past week. It's crazy. I haven't been sleeping all that much this week because it's been so crazy. I've been getting about 5-6 hours of sleep, but that's also because I'm so excited. I've been connecting so many people to the people that they need to meet and know, just so that they can get the most out of this. Okay, tell me if you are familiar with the cloud compensation plan. In EXXA, it's very, very similar. So it's just pretty much the same thing. So the X1 is the C1, all right. The X2 is the C2. It's just naming. After all, between cloud and EXXA, they both have the automated trading engine developed by the same guys at SQ2 FinTech. So it's the same thing but better. Okay, it's a like a if you want to know a bit more about this, because some information is sensitive, I'm not at liberty to share on the video. I've been told not to share certain information on the video as well. So if you want to know a little bit more, because if you guys are from cloud, you probably have some deeper questions as well. You will have. So hit me out on Facebook, and we can chat directly after this. After every webinar, after every video like this, I'm generally like swamped for the next I'm typically swamped for the next 2 hours after just doing group calls, just doing WhatsApps and Facebooks, the Facebook videos and all that. So get with me after this, and then we'll talk. We'll work it out. Payouts in tokens, correct? So the payouts in token, it will also not be listed, and this is going to prevent a repeat of what happened in other companies where there's a pump and dump. One thing's really good about this is that, unlike another system that some people may be reminded of, like BitConnect, when you invest in BitConnect, you immediately have to you have to convert your Bitcoin or Ethereum into BitConnect coin. Over here, you do not need to do that. Over here, you basically, like your Bitcoin stays in Bitcoin, your Ethereum stays in Ethereum, your Tether stays in Tether, your LTC stays in LTC. On the other hand, what's happening is that you're getting paid in EXXA token. Yeah, some really good questions there. You guys have been paying attention. Do we have any other questions? For those of you who are team builders, okay, like team building is the best route. Affiliate marketing is great, but get your base of people in, get the numbers in, and then connect with them individually to help them find their strategy, because everyone's going to be a little bit different, and during the different phases of launch, the strategy that's needed to get the best result is going to change. So I've been in the online space for many years, and I definitely can help you to strategize this. So get in touch with me, and we can plan this out so that you can do this as best as possible. But if you're affiliate marketers, you're really good at running traffic, I just don't want you to I don't want you to miss out on the potential of helping someone see the depth to this business. So we really need to talk about that. What's that? I thought I saw something. Yeah. Tokens are not too different from coin, but the way tokenization works, like coins are more like currency, but tokens, they actually support function. Okay. Any final questions? Oh yes. For those of you watching this who are looking to really build a business and not just invest, if you're looking to invest, you probably are not watching this video. You probably just stop after I was explaining how you can get 10x, 12x in the next 5 months. But I would like to know from you guys who are watching this long ass video, what are the trainings I can create in my personal team to support you? Because when you come in, you're already part of my personal team. What kind of trainings can I do for you? Please let me know. In the meantime, I'm also looking for people to help me, okay? To help me in this. And by the way, Robert, I have my eyes on you, among others, because you have been really active since a couple of days ago that we started talking about this. So Robert, I have my eyes on you, and like Tammy, if you're experienced, well, I only remember like I was thinking who could I introduce this to, and I remember that way back you also did a little bit of network marketing, and well, there's something there as well. So for those of you out there who have experience, I'm looking into getting your help to fill my shoes, because what I want to do in my personal team is to get a daily webinar going. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm committed to also teaching trading. So I'm not able to do this every day, or rather, if I did this every day, it's going to take a lot out of me as well. So, or rather, I'm not necessarily able to do it at all the best times, because, for example, like sometimes you may have, I want to drive 50 people to watch your webinar, but that day I'm teaching trading, so I need someone else to fill in for me. Maybe on that day I can do a night session or a morning session, but I cannot do that particular session that your people are generally free. So I need people to fill my shoes, and this is going to happen over time. In the meantime, I prepare to burn myself out a bit more, because I'm going to take on a nice long break and sabbatical where I'm going to be trading from different corners of the world in 1-2 months from now. But but in the meantime, in the very near future, because this is going to support all the things that I love doing. And so let me know what kind of resources you need. You can either comment here, you can message me on Facebook, like, hey Julian, could you do this, and this, or could you find me people who can train on this, and this. Okay. By the way, I'm not the best expert on compensation plan. I took time to understand this, and that's why today I made it make it as detailed as possible, while referring very closely as well. Didn't want to give anyone the wrong information, and what I can tell you is that every information that I give you today is correct. So you can say that this is the best compensation plan video on the EXXA network team. So if there's anything else, hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/theprofessionalbar. Do we have any marketers here? I just want to give you a bonus tip, all right? This is what I found out. Sometimes there could be people trying to contact you on Facebook, and you just cannot find it. So they say, I sent you a message, where is it? I found a bunch of messages that I've been missing for like a long time. So here's the thing. In your desktop computer, you know that there is something called the new, like the message request, right? But I found out under message requests, there's another tab. This tab can only be found if you're using the mobile version of Facebook. On your desktop computer, it's only going to say message request, but over here there's another section that says spam. Oops, wrong button. There's a section that says spam. And there's a whole bunch of stuff over there. I found that's where everyone was trying to contact me about trading went to, because we're not, I don't know why Facebook's added this new thing. I only just found out. So that's a tip for you. Some of you guys maybe like getting on with me to schedule some webinars for your team and recording them on YouTube and so on. And when people contact you, please remember to check out those ones. All right. And Robert, I know you do a lot of videos on YouTube. When people connect you on Facebook, remember to check that section is only on your cell phone. Bye for now.